So praying loud is not the problem that God was querying, but praying loud that is not consistent with the loudness of your voice in your chamber is a problem. This is your posture. That is not the posture that God is confining you to. That is because Pastor Sam or Apostle Edu used to do like this. You are mimicking somebody. You are. So the hypocrites are those who pray for men to see them. So when you pray, and your primary reason for praying how you are praying is not because of men, but it's a product of the dealings you are having with Jesus, you are not an hypocrite. Because what Bible is fighting here is a distinction between true kingdom men and those that are hypocrites even in the kingdom. I pray loud. I pray quiet. I pray crying when words don't come again. I pray like that. Sometimes I pray just shaking my body. I pray. It all depends on the dealings of God within the chambers of my spirit. So prayers will not receive answer if we don't pray consistent with prescription. And that is why your generation is doubting if there is a God that hears prayer. You need to know that when they brought that boy that was demon possessed before the disciples, and they couldn't, when they went back to him, he didn't fault their vocabulary. And because they prayed though, he said, but this kind goeth not out except by what? Prayer and fasting. So what did they do first? So you need to know that when he came first, he said, yeah, faithless generation, how long will I be with you? Even this one you cannot. So what you say with your mouth that is not the product of the dealings you're having with God from your heart is not prayer. You are making noise. You are making noise. You are making noise. And as believers, because you need to listen to me, the people I'm talking to is believers. As believers, God visited them in the olden days. In the New Testament, He stays with us. If you don't know how to go back into your chamber where the one who is full of light dwells, you may not be able to pray and pray correctly. So you need to see Him first before you start speaking. You need to see Him. So if it was long ago that you prayed, if we give you mic to pray, or you yourself want to pray by yourself, you know you are a distance away. So you see, one of my daughters said, they said, no, you don't need to shout before he hears you, he's not deaf. Oshe, you don't need to pray long. What for what? At the bus, stand up. She stood up. Sit down. Then to say, the boss stand up, the boss stand up, the boss stand up, the boss please stand up now, the boss stand up, the boss please stand up now. You don't know that in prayer, the first goal you must achieve before speaking is access. And you come by praying. You pray when you are there. You didn't hear me. You come by praying. You pray when you are there. So somebody who has lost touch, who doesn't even know the road before the very presence of God. He has been playing Ludo, jumping from one classroom to another. Even the boss he entered yesterday, we were playing Tumba. His spirit is full of noise. His soul is already corrupted. And you say, you should come and say, God, I know you hear me. You have just heard me. I receive now, and so I go. You spoke to yourself. As a matter of fact, we have been told that if it's quality you seek, quantity is important when it comes to prayer. When it comes to prayer. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Atito bito, Jesus, Jesus. Mina tasona, atito bito, Jesus, Jesus. So you'd observe that from verse 9 down to verse 15. After I had taught them from verse 5 to 9 how to pray, he now began to bring content. And you see, key in the content of prayer that he presented to them is important to us. And one thing we must factor in that content of prayer is relationship. It is our Father. Relationship. So, Taiwo, all those your prayers in that your place where we used to go and meet one me. Jesus does not hear if we don't first establish what? Relationship. So we used to say, receive fire, and people fall because we wet their emotion. Can I tell you the truth? When he sent the fire first, he sent to those who are his and those he wants to send. And we know how to dash fire too because we have. We know how to give fire. But fire that will give, that one small girl will quench now. What is the reason for giving that fire? Fire that will give, that anger will sap it off now. Fire that you will receive from this place, and before you go out, masturbation will rob you of it. That is why we have been shouting again and again that your generation does not need fire first, they need God. So he gave content. Because it is must that we pray. So we have to identify the one we are praying to. It is our Father. His location is heaven by what is captured. But you see, spiritually, heaven is in your heart. Heaven is in your heart. Because what? If the people of Obaile desert this place and there is nobody here again, this place seeks to be a community called Obaile. It becomes a forest. What makes heaven? Heaven is God that dwells there. If God dwells in your heart, heaven has moved this headquarters to your heart. So you can enter there and come out. You can. I want us to pray. There are matters I wanted to raise, because even in this very Matthew, he taught plenty things. He taught fasting. And if we have opportunity, we'll look at fasting if he gives us the privilege again. He taught investment. So it is not a product of school. Investment came from Bible. Investment came from Bible.